So let's get into the tutorial. So what you want to do first is go into layer and then rasterize this. The reason why you want to rasterize it is because you're unable to edit anything. So if I wanted to erase some of these smudges, I'm unable to do so. So that's why you want to rasterize your work here. And another thing, you see here this paper. This paper is a default for every new file that you start in Manga Studio, so there's a good reason why that paper is here. So say for example I want to erase this, and I'm erasing it. This paper, if it's not there, you'll see this little transparent thing going on, and you don't want that to happen. So that's why the paper is there. Another thing, next, you want to set this top layer from normal to multiply, and then you want to set it as a reference, because when you set as reference layer, when you do that, it looks like a lighthouse thing. When you do that, it knows which part of the line work you want to select from this layer. So now I'm going to start a new layer. I'm going to title this hair, and now I'm going to use my magic wand tool and fill this in here. And you can just go over it, just deselect it, go back to the pen tool, deselect, and go over some of these itty bitty line works here, these little specks here, clean it up a bit. Etc. You may want to erase some of this spot here. And also another thing, you would want to close your edges. Manga Studio's probably forgiving in that, but Photoshop is not exactly. If you don't close your edges, this color that you wanted for the hair is going to intrude in the hood, and you don't want that. So that's why it's also important to close your edges. If you want to change your color, you can go into Edit, Tutorial Correction, Hue, Saturation, Luminosity, and change the hue, etc. Play around with it. So we're going to move on to Photoshop now. Okay, so we're in Photoshop. Now, I basically made my own version of the white paper. If you open a new file in Photoshop, the white paper isn't really a default. The background is the default. So how do you make a white paper, you go here, make a new layer, or you could come to layer, make a new layer. You could go to layer, new, and then layer to make a new layer. And then once you make a new layer, you can just fill this in with a paint bucket. Make sure you're on your layer. I'm on my layer. Fill this in with the paint bucket. Once you do that, it becomes white, and you can title it whatever. So we're just gonna delete that since I already have white paper. And you do the same thing you do in Manga Studio. Set your line layer to multiply, and open up a new layer for coloring, for example here. And now I'm going to use my magic wand tool, and then first I'm going to have to have my line layer highlighted, and then let me deselect. Then you want to select the hair. As you can see here, let's zoom in. No, that's not zooming in. As you can see here, due to this gap, everything is intruding on the hoodie. it's intruding on a hoodie. So if I go and change my color, if I go back to hair and try to change my color here, let's change. Let's go to paint bucket. And as you can see, this stuff happens. Also, this part wasn't selected, that's why it wasn't colored. But anyway, you don't really want this happening. So that's why you want to close your lines. Make sure you close your lines. Don't leave any gaps. And now, let's just erase a bigger eraser. Now I'm going to pause the video and see what else I didn't cover. Oh, right. For color changing, another thing. For color changing, it's probably the same thing. No, there's not. Image. Okay, if you go to image and color, if you go to image and adjustments, and then you follow adjustments into hue and saturation, you'll be able to change your color as well. For Manga Studio, it's edit. For Photoshop, it's images. So you want to, change. If you want to change your color, you can change your color here, etc. So I'm going to pause the video and see if what else I forgot to mention. Let me pause. Okay, then we're back. So basically, you just want to fill in your whites. For example, this. Just fill them up carefully. And if you want to, go in, adjust your brush size right here, make them smaller, bigger, whatever your preference is. And now we'll move on to the shadowing. So you want to make a new layer, title this shadow, and then what you want to do is come here to this pie thing that says clip at layer below. This is like the equivalent of the masking thing compared to Photoshop, and I'm going to show you that soon. So you come here, and then it's now masks. Now what it does is, since it's masked, it does not allow you to exit this color here. So this color is orange, right? It does not allow me to exit this. So it's just, trapped within the orange colored hair. So what I do now is, in this shadow layer here, is select this and then put this as a multiply, and then I select the gray tone here and increase my brush size. And yeah, as you can see, I'm making my shadows here. Now if you wanted, now we have a hard edge here. Now if you wanted a soft edge, you can use the Airbrush tool here, and let's increase the size of this too. Yeah, so if you wanted something like this, you can, just go here and use the Airbrush. And for Photoshop, it's the same thing. You go into hair and then you click a new layer. But first you must right click and then go into create clipping mask. As you can see, there's no pie thing here for Photoshop to clip. So this is like the equivalent of Manga Studio's pie thing. So now it's trapped within this layer, and let's zoom out. And for if you want to use your brush options, you can go here, right here, and as you can see, there's a hard brush and then there's a soft brush here. There's no thing titled soft brush in Manga Studio. There's just something similar to soft brush, which is called Airbrush. But yeah, you just do the same thing here. Let me hold on. Oh, duh. So okay, first. There's a reason why. Let me do this over. Let me select another color because I was, overriding it with the same color. So let's select the. Let's go into my colors thing here, swatches, and then select the some kind of gray. I don't know. If you want to do something like this, you get the point. Okay, so yeah, basically, and let's go back into my Photoshop, my Manga Studio file, and what else to cover? Okay, cover shadowing. Okay, if you want to organize your stuff, you want to make a new folder. So there's a folder right here, and just title this whatever, and as I'm actually going to title this whatever, and select both of these, hold shift, select both of these and put them in your folder. You want to be able to organize your stuff. And a folder is good when you're working with multiple colors. So we have the folder here, and now we're going to now I'm going to show you kind of like the finished product in a way. But here's the finished product. As you can see here, I have my folder here. Everything I've done is within the folder. So for example, the first layer here is the beard, and then if I just make it not visible, you can see the shadow go out and in and out and away and whatnot. So yeah, and I did this for the other colors here, and there are some things without shadows which I didn't want to have any shadows within. And if you want to do your own, for example, you want to put some lighting if you wish, want to add some light, you can do so. Hold on. There's a reason why it came out like this. It's because I did not do the masking. Yes. And then, no, you don't have to set it to multiply. I don't know. But now you can just, work with the lights, make it opaque and whatnot, if you wish. Apologize if this video is rushed, but yeah. Also, another thing that you want to know about is how layers actually work. Whatever is at the top is the most dominant one to be shown. You see, this one is all the way at the bottom. Now, if I just place this all the way at the top, you can see this green stuff coming over the face of the person, and you don't want that. So you really want to just know how layers are organized. And that's how I organized my layers for this. And this may give you a headache at first, but it gets really intuitive and easy as time goes by. Uh, these two things are basically what I have right here. So yeah, I hope this tutorial helped, and later.